Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this wonderful world of ours. I hope you guys are having a good start to your Tuesday, or maybe it's lunchtime, or maybe you just finished lunch. Yes, it is Tuesday. Big show today. Lots that we got to talk about. Real baseball, simulation baseball, hockey. Of course, we're going to get into our two main teams, the Gladiators and the Gym Unknown Blue Jays. We're going to play our 14th historical replay, that one game showdown. And yes, we are going to open packs and packs and packs, especially from the Gym Unknown Blue Jays. So stay tuned. Let's roll that 30-second countdown. We'll be back in 30. Welcome back, everyone, again to our Tuesday show. Yes, it is a little bit of a bittersweet kind of sport day yesterday. We'll get into kind of the happenings of the sporting world yesterday, the baseball world, the football world. But yeah, we had kind of our highs and lows in the sporting world yesterday. And let's get on to today's show. Today's episode number 47, and I want to welcome all of you again back to the show today. Cubs fan Steve, and we got EVC and NYC, my theme team mentor. We've got Erie GM in the chat, and what's that? Yay Bruins, yay? Is that what I see on the screen there? And no, EVC, this is not a green screen. This is simply some little nice things that I got from Santa that helps me with my streaming a little bit, just trying it out a little bit today. So episode 47, it is New Year's resolution time. What are your OOTP resolutions? Well, for me, I want to continue creating content, whether that's on Twitch, which is my priority right now, or whether it's on the YouTube channel, again, Simulation Gaming Digital Realities. Hope you've had a chance to check it out a little bit. Again, 80% of that is OOTP content, right back from May when I started creating content, all the way including the repeats, the recaps, the Twitch streams that I currently do. So if you're watching this live, or if you're watching this on the replay, welcome to the channel. So yes, thank you for all of those that have been supporting me out on both channels. You truly are the best, as we always say. Again, the New Year's resolution number 2, I want to make Perfect Team at least one more time. I've been there twice. I stunk the joint out. I got relegated. Well, I didn't stink it out. I didn't come in the bottom 5. But I didn't make the playoffs. And to stick in Perfect League, you have to make the playoffs. So resolution number 2, make Perfect League one more time. I can live vicariously this week with EVC, who has made Perfect League for, I think, the second time this year, first or second time. So I can get kind of a heads up on what's going in the Perfect League from him. But I want to get there one more time, just that third time, and maybe something will happen. It'd be cool to make the playoffs at least once in this version of the game. And number 3, I'd like a Cobb for my theme team. And I know EVC is shaking his head right now. Space Lion Bear shaking his head going, no, we can't give Lap another high quality card for his theme team. But Cobb's always been kind of a personal favorite in all versions of Perfect Team. That to me has been the one card you always strive to get for, whether it's Perfect Team 19, 20, 21, 22, or this one. So yeah, I would love to open up a Ty Cobb on stream. Worst case scenario, I save up my pennies and I get a cob when all of you guys run over to OOTP 24. Remember, for you new players, even when the new version of the game comes out, you still get to play this version for another year. Yes, traditionally OOTP keeps Perfect Team running for 2 years. Last year, well, we'll not talk about last year. It didn't quite make its 2-year cycle, but you can still play Perfect Team for a couple more years, or at least one more year when the new version comes out, probably end of March, end of April, somewhere in that time range. I'm not sure if they still will give trophies for the Perfect Team League champions. Probably not. They'll probably transition over to the new version of the game. But I don't think I've seen any official announcement whether you win Perfect League, let's say in May or June of this year, whether you'll still get one of those cool purple, yellow, blue trophies. But I'm sure we'll hear from that soon. Gorgo, ghost away. Yes, you stayed up late. Yeah, it was always kind of refresh, trying to find out the latest news with the Buffalo Bills and that tragic situation that took place. People are talking about it. People are posting about it. Twitter, Facebook. Yeah, it is a very, very bad situation. And yeah, bad situations happen in sports, but they always catch us off guard. And for a 24-year-old, young, up and coming, really good player for the Buffalo Bills, it was a really sad situation. So thanks, Gorgo, for posting and checking in. Hope you can come back later. I do have my coffee blend going today. It is gingerbread, caramel coffee. Yeah, kind of a strange combination with caramel milk or a caramel creamer. And of course, us old guys like the butterscotch syrup in our coffee. A couple shots of that syrup. Yeah, a lot of Bills fan. Bills are that team that you always root for, right? They've been to the championship many times and been so close and so close, 2 times, 3 times consecutively, and just didn't get the breaks. And this year was a potential really championship year for them. And hopefully, the team can recover. Yeah, just an all around bad situation. So many opinions about what happened and why it happened and how it happened. And yeah, we'll thoughts and wishes to the family, to the team, to the league, to all Bills fans and sports fans out there for this situation. Yeah. What else do we got going on in the chat here? Stinkin says he's a member of the Bills Mafia. And the community team is reeling over the events. Yeah, absolutely. Thoughts and prayers. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of positive vibes are going out to the family. And please respect. I know you guys do. You guys are part of a great community. You're great individuals. But checking in on Twitter and people were reposting the video and reposting it. And finally, I think it was his brother that came out and said, please stop. Please stop posting the video. Please have respect for the family. And yeah, I think, when it first happens, you want to get the word out there. You want to show the images. But once you find out how horrible it is, just stop. People don't need to see that. It's kind of disingenuous to the family. And I saw that post from the brother, and I haven't seen as many clips of the video now. You can still find it if you go looking for it, but I think a lot of people are respecting and passing on their best wishes to the family. All right, and what else do I got going on? Well, it wouldn't be a laptop stream without the weather, right? We got to talk about the weather. And, sometimes when tragic situations happen, it's tough to get motivated, to instill positivity, to, keep the vibes positive when something like last night happens. It still leaves a big mark, but I'm doing my best, guys. I'm really trying to pump some energy into you guys, and hopefully you're going to have, a much better day than many of you did last night. So weather-wise, let's go on to that. We are minus 12 degrees Celsius, 11 degrees Fahrenheit. We are much better. Again, I saw Ryan Hall, y'all. I kind of watch his YouTube weather, his YouTube weather forecasts, and he does an awesome job. I'm sure some of you have heard about him. Ryan Hall, y'all, has over 1 million subscribers, I think, and he covers the storms and the happenings in the United States. And watched him a little bit yesterday, and the storms that were, I think, down kind of in the New Orleans area, north of New Orleans, northwest of New Orleans, and San Francisco. What's going on in Los Angeles with all the flooding in all of California? Any of you guys live in California? Are you like facing some of that flooding? I saw the footage and some of the worst flooding they've seen ever in San Francisco, and it's going to keep coming. They're getting more and more rain and precipitation. And not only that, I saw that the earthquake prediction experts are predicting an earthquake in California that is going to be about 7.0 on the Richter scale. And they say that's going to hit in the next couple of days. Just crazy these last couple years with the weather and the natural disasters. And maybe it's always happened, but it just seems amplified this year for whatever reason. So, Stinkins, it's snowing cats and dogs in Minneapolis right now. We're looking at another foot. I know. Speaking of Buffalo, the snow that they've got, and what is it, like some places got over 20 feet of snow, or is it even more, like 100 feet? Somehow that number 100 comes to mind. I don't know if it was 100 feet or 100 centimeters, but yeah, some of you guys in the Northeast, Buffalo, New York area, and on the West Coast, rain, tornadoes, snowfall, ice. It is crazy, the weather. So stay safe out there and stay dry. Yeah. Ted McGinn in Ontario. +4. Yes, +4 in Ontario. And looking at the highs and lows, highest in North America of the most popular cities in North America, the 133 that I'm tracking. Georgetown, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. And where do we got some of the U.S. cities here? Miami, 80 degrees. Cubs fan Steve is enjoying a nice 77. Probably got the muscle shirt and shorts on. Steve. Hopefully, at least you got pants on, Steve, in that 77-degree weather. Houston, 74. New Orleans, 76. And when we get to the other end of the spectrum, yeah, Pond Inlet. First time I've mentioned that one. Pond Inlet is at a 33 degree, minus 33 degree Fahrenheit temperature. In terms of, again, more well-known cities, there's Edmonton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the 9th coldest. Even though we're at 0 degrees Fahrenheit, we're the 9th coldest of the popular cities in North America. Regina, Winnipeg, of course, a lot of Canadian cities, and Denver at 17 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's a little cool in Colorado today. Happy Valley, Goose Bay, 12 degrees Fahrenheit. That just so much positivity right there. Happy Valley. Would they kill you for aesthetic reasons? Or would they kill you because, hey, Steve, it's cold out there. Put on something warmer. I'm thinking maybe the visual perception. Am I right, Steve? Am I right? Oh, you guys crack me up sometimes. At least when it's cold in Winnipeg, there's not as many mosquitoes. There's the positivity. Thank you, Torgonius, for bringing some positivity. Always look on the bright side, right? The glass is half full. No mosquitoes when it's that cold. Very good stuff. And Cubs fan Steve says, yep, that's it. But come on, Steve, when family's not around, come on. You put on what you want or don't put on what you want, right? When family's not around. Okay, enough of that because I don't want any permanent images burned in the brain. Yesterday, we did cover the Get in the Game. We went through and we updated some of the players. We went through the draft and we finally looked at the All-Star game of 1926 and we played that out. I did post the link. If you want to get a player, your own created player in the game, then please go ahead and fill out this Google form. And next Monday, you can have your player in the game. I already have. What do I have already for next week? Let's click off that. Six people, six new people that are going to get in the game on next Monday. So yeah, just a simple little Google form that you have to fill out. What position do you want your player to play? What city was he born in? Do you want a hitter? Do you want a defensive guy? Pitcher? All that kind of stuff. So it takes you 2 minutes to fill out. Thanks for those of you that are participating. And like I said on my New Year's resolutions, I kind of want to keep creating some cool new ways for you guys to interact, whether that's bringing on guests from the community, like when I had Hulkamat and 39 Cobra, or whether it's franchise play and getting your guys' involvement. Also, a little bit later, we will be getting back to the historical replays. We haven't done one of those in a while, where we connect OOTP with baseball's past, and that is where we play that 16-team qualifying tournament. We already have 13 teams that have qualified for the final showdown, the 16 tournament bracket. We will find out our 14th team a little bit later today. That is where we spin the wheel and we find out what era we're going to play, which specific year, and then which teams are going to face off in the showdown. Because all eras are different. Again, I think it might have been Warbot or the Durden guy. Not sure who put out this ERA setting chart, but I often reference it because when you're doing perfect drafts, you kind of want to know how to create and draft a pitching staff. You don't need 5 starting pitching for all the eras that you play in. So if you're new to the game and you go into a 1925 perfect draft, you don't need 5 high quality starting pitching. You need 3. And I suggest you get them early in the diamond or at least the very least the gold rounds, because these are going to be your workhorses in 1925 drafts that pitch every 4 days or every 4 games. I haven't seen a batting one that kind of compares to this with a different era. There might be one out there, just haven't come across it. But again, really good tool when you're drafting perfect drafts for the era that you're in. So if you're in the 1980s, the defensive era, you still need 5 starters, but your starters can go 120 to 145 pitches. So you don't have to have that 90 pitch count or that 99 pitch count. You can work them a lot more. The fatigue stacks in this era. So you do need your 5 pitchers, and your pen, you can probably get away with 5. So you can probably get away with 10 pitchers in a 1980 or a defensive era draft. So very cool. Again, most of you have probably seen that chart before, but it's something I use to help me with my perfect drafts. So we will get to our next historical qualifier in either the next segment or the segment after that. All right, let's find out about some OOTP news. Yeah, OOTP news. Have you guys seen what's coming Thursday? Most of you knew already, but on Thursday, we have the Platinum Series 4 mission reward and the overall topper. And I thought, well, that can't be it, because that would be a very short episode. If you're only introducing 2 cards, Dish wouldn't be on too long. So I was hoping, and many of us were, that there would be some new packable cards, and there will be. And the theme for Thursday is the Perfect Team debut. Cards that we have not seen. I don't know if they mean Perfect Team debut is in ever, or Perfect Team debut is in this year. If it's ever, that will be very cool to see some cards that have never, ever been in Perfect Team. If it's this year, well, we know some of the names that haven't appeared yet. So it'll be a good show on Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Dish will be on presenting the new content. And hopefully we get some good cards. The toppers for sure. We've had, was it Jerry Royce in Platinum 1? I think it was Luke Appling in Platinum 2. And of course, Ted Williams in Platinum 3. Word on the street is Cy Young we're going to get. We'll see. We'll see who comes along in the toppers. And of course, then we got the overall topper, which kind of is like top bunts. You need to spend a lot of money or earn a lot of perfect points. To get the overall topper, you have to have completed Platinum 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have to have all those cards, or at least all, or is it all the toppers? I think it's all the toppers, isn't it? Which might be a little easier. Yeah. So if you have all the toppers, then you'll get that overall mega card. And again, speculation is it might be Willie Mays. Santo for you and Venezuela for EVC. Very good call in terms of Fernando. If it is debut cards for just this year, good chance that we're going to get that Fernando Valenzuela. My guess is he'd probably be a, somewhere between a 93 and 96 diamond is, I think, what they would come up with Fernando. I don't think we'd get a perfect Fernando, although EVC would really like that. He'd be selling a lot of his cards and opening packs to try and get that Fernando. And Ozzy's confirming it. Yes, you need all the toppers. So Royce, Appling, and Williams. And the price is going to be high in the card shop, and it's going to go up even higher if the overall topper is a peak stud Willie Mays. You're going to be paying $300,000 plus for each of those cards that Ozzy mentioned. It's debut for PT all time. All right, we will not be getting a Fernando on Thursday. Very cool. Thank you, Ozzy, for that. Maybe we get an Egyptian Healy. If you've been following my Get in the Game action, there's some players with very cool names that I have not seen cards of yet. So yeah, I am pumped. I'm excited to see who has never been in the game yet. There was one guy in the very first Perfect Team, a 40 level card, Sugarcane. Yeah, that was a cool name too. Sugarcane. He was a 40 rated pitcher. Probably couldn't play on your team very long, but one of the coolest names in the first version of the game. I think that's all from the Perfect Team crew. Of course, we've got 2 new LE cards that were introduced on Sunday, Hank Greenberg, and we have Tim Keefe introduced too. From the official channel, 21,000 Twitter followers. Wow. OOTP Baseball. If you don't follow them on Twitter, go follow them. Give them some support. They have 21,000 Twitter followers. Yeah, I'd really like numbers on how many play the game because we kind of get an idea of perfect team, how many play based on how many leagues there are, but we don't really know how many just play franchise. And we never hear from because they're just franchise players. They play the base game. But with 21,000 followers, that's pretty good. Hopefully, we can boost them up a little bit more. And yes, as who was it that noticed that? Erie. Erie noticed sporting the Bruins hat and sporting the Bruins jersey. Yes. And the reason why I'm all decked out in Bruins gear, well, one, it was my favorite team before the WHA came into the NHL. So before the Edmonton Oilers really existed in the NHL. But secondly, I thought this was very cool, extremely cool. Yesterday was the Winter Classic. Once a year, they play outdoors, a hockey game. And this year it was between the Boston Bruins and the Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Penguins. And I thought it was cool how the Bruins came out dressed up in the old style Boston Red Sox uniforms. So we see the hockey players here in the 1930s era unis, complete with spikes, carrying the bat and the old gloves. What a nice touch. What a cool, nice touch that the NHL did to kind of affiliate themselves with Major League Baseball. So, yes, Erie, that's why I'm paying a little tribute to the Bruins today for doing something cool and trying to inject some positivity in this sporting world. Steve, I've submitted all of your names, and I said, you know what? Can we get a Kratos War card? Can we get a Doc Gidge card? Or, one of our most valuable players, Tony the Cat Meow, or Vince Jags Whirlwind. Can we get some of those cards in the game? But crickets, I don't hear anything back from them. maybe next year. Maybe next year. Yes, it would be cool to have some sort of way to create those kind of cards. All right. If you have not picked up the game, most of you have. If you stumbled across this channel because you were looking for Pokemon and, Minecraft servers were down, so you came across this show here, this is about OOTP baseball. 2 more days. You can only get this sale until Thursday, 1 p.m. Eastern, $9.99 if you need a copy or a second copy. And of course, the Hockey Guys, Franchise Hockey Manager on sale, 33% off. Or if you're on Steam, you can get the bundle. You can get both games for a reduced rate. OOTP Go, if you don't use the app, you are missing out on a lot more gameplay because you can play OOTP on the go, as the name says. As we are in a break, I missed the break again. Steve, you got to remind me about the break. Subscribers, remind me there's a break. Or maybe the break is starting now. I don't know. Is there a break? Is there an ad? Twitch is messing up on me. It says ad, and then it says you're live, and then it says watching an ad. And now it says ad starting soon. So I'm going to go by what I currently see, ad starting soon. and then we'll be back. I hope you caught this little video clip of the Boston Bruins heading to the Winter Classic in the old Boston uniform. Ozzy, you saw one ad and came back. Yeah, Gorgo mentioned this on Sunday. There was things messing up with ads. Amazon, fix your Twitch streams. Yeah, right now it says ad starting soon. Should be a Cy Young similar to that Perfect Team 20 Cy Young. Yeah, that was just like last year. We had that dominant Eddie Collins, which was what a card that Eddie Collins was last year. 2020, Perfect Team 20, that Cy Young. Was that the card that came out, Erie, right at the beginning? Was that one that you could that would play the whole year basically? Towards the end of the cycle, it kind of was a bullpen card. But was that the Cy Young I'm thinking of that came out right at the beginning? Or am I thinking of a different version? All right, we are back. I think we are back. Wow, and yeah. Thankfully, it was a global issue. It wasn't a streamer issue. It wasn't just, my end or my settings. It was happening to everyone. And apparently, if you refreshed your account during that time, that's when those errors came up. So when I was having issues with the ads and trying to figure out when the ads were being played, I refreshed my screen, and at that point it said access denied. But because I was streaming at the time, it allowed me to continue streaming, but I had no control, no visuals. I didn't have any idea what was going on Twitch. I didn't even know if the drops were still taking place because it said access denied. Yeah, first time that's happened, this big glitch while I've been streaming, but fortunately, in less than a half an hour, it seems like they got it fixed. So thank you guys. Let's do the lights, camera, action. Take two. We are back. Again, only going to be on probably for maybe another 40, 45 minutes. We'll see how things go. A little bit discombobulated because of, being a new streamer and using Twitch for only a couple of months, and then having something like that happen kind of throws you off track a little bit, throws you a little bit off your game, those unexpected streaming moments. But yeah, Gorgo's nap came to an end. Gorgo, were you manifesting in your dream something to do with Twitch and Twitch going down? But it was funny going to the Twitter account and seeing hundreds and hundreds of comments from people saying, "Oh, Twitch is down. My life is ruined. Oh no, Jeff Bezos, come on, get things fixed." And so many people, their day is organized around certain streamers, producing content, watching content, and then just like that, Twitch can go down. How fragile sometimes the streaming and the tech aspect of our life can become. So we are back. Thank you guys for coming in. Over 21,000 outages reported at 120. Yep. The Twitch glitch is in the ditch. Good thing I didn't have to switch. And good thing no one here is named Mitch. I could use a few other words, but they're probably not family appropriate. So we will continue on with our OOTP, and our rhyming game will have to continue at another time. So let's get into the game. I'm going to leave the historical replay until Thursday now because I want to get into the Jim Unknown Blue Jays and into the yeah, on the same train of thought there, especially when a big multi-billion-dollar corporation can't keep functioning. But maybe there was hacking possibility. You could have hacking involved. So, kudos to Twitch for getting back up in less than an hour. So yeah, between OOTP glitches and Twitch glitches, hopefully we can get in a good 40 minutes of content here and you guys can get some drops. I think there are other streamers on today. I believe Nersha Bianco is on, or Banco is on at 4 p.m. Eastern. And tonight, I think TJ is back. So you can get your official OOTP streamer packs. I believe he should be back on at 9. I haven't seen any kind of official announcement whether he will be back. But yeah, we got hacked by Twitch. It's funny because a lot of people that weren't streaming, Steve, were saying, I can't even get into my account. It says access denied. Who hacked me? You know, some people were yelling and saying some nasty things on Twitter about whoever hacked my account, they're going to pay. But it seemed to be kind of a fairly global issue because I was seeing complaints from all different countries and all different languages. So yeah, if you haven't refreshed recently, I would even recommend that you log out and log back in, because with that glitch, who knows how it affected drops. If anyone is getting drops, looks like Lil Chef is getting drops, but if you're not, maybe just simply logging out and logging back in, because that's what I had to do. I thought I might have to, rechange my password and all that, but no, it was a global issue. All right, guys, let's get into the game. Let's talk first of all about a team I haven't talked about in over a week, the Gym Unknown Blue Jays, who got relegated to gold. So look at the evolution of this team here. If I can make that a little bit bigger. OOTP, please don't crash on me. I'm getting a lot of more OOTP crashes. And there we go. Is this 2023 getting off to a great start or what? Yes. No words. No words. In the last 48 hours, the world, well, what is this? It's only January 3rd, and we've had glitches and sporting issues, and yeah. As long as the banks stay open, we're okay. That's a conversation for another day. All right, let's see if we can log back in. I apologize for you having to see the full screen, but hey, ooh, it's got that nighttime feel. All right, let's try this one more time. Any more glitches, and I'm abandoning today's stream. We're going to be done if we get any more major glitches here. All right, let's see if I can spam an ace of bronze. Here we go. But hey, I'm still in good spirits. It's not minus 30. And I get to open packs. Okay, I think we've gone through all the promotions and all the logins, and we should be back up here in just a second. Again, thank you guys for coming back. Over 120 of you found the channel again. We were down for about a half an hour as Twitch did its glitch, and we couldn't do much. So I came back. I posted back in the OOTP Discord that, yep, I'm back up streaming now. So I will be here probably for no more than an hour, and we'll get into some action here. Thursday, my next giveaway. So Thursday's stream, 20 more packs to 2 different people. Probably we'll just do the regular giveaways with the ticket and the enter, but that won't be today. Even if something comes up on Twitch that says there's a giveaway today, there's not. Ignore it. There's a giveaway Thursday with 20 packs. Come on, OOTP. There we go. Thought I might have to get out the battery cables there and give it a kickstart. All right, the Gym Unknown Blue Jays relegated to gold. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to show you. I was going to show you a little bit of the history. So the first, what do we got? First 12 seasons. Look at all that green. Look at the success. First 12 seasons, the Jays did not have a losing record. They went to the playoffs for 12 years in a row. The Jays went to the playoffs and they won 3 championships, a Stone, an Iron, and a Rookie League. All those first place positions, they were doing really well until they got up to Diamond. Diamond, they stuck around for a couple years, dropped down to Gold, went back up to Diamond, stayed there for 5 years, and once again have come back down to Gold. And that's where we sit today with the Jim Unknown Blue Jays. Let's take a peek if some of these teams seem familiar. Ashbury Park Brewers. I recognize Ashbury Park. I've seen that team name quite a bit. They are in our conference, I believe. No, they're in the other conference. Otherwise, I don't recognize a lot of these names, which could be because these are the second or third teams by owners we might know, but their main team probably is at a higher level. And on my side, the NC side, we've got the New World C-Web, 2 championships. There we go. That's what we need on this Tuesday. Happy's happy place. Yeah, that put a smile on my face. They are in our conference. Fairview Tigers. I wonder if that is my neck of the woods because we have a small town called Fairview in Alberta. Wonder if they are a fellow Albertan team. In our division, we've got the Elephants, 18 and 17. I haven't come across them before. Ada Abbott is the manager there. We have the Dingers. Adam. I've come across Adam in Discord. I think he's a popular Discord user. Newark Timberwolves. Andrew S.U. 5 championships. So they've had some success at the lower levels. And the Q with 1 Stone championship. That is the Jim Unknown Blue Jays competition. Again, we should be a fairly competitive Gold team. It's just when we get up to Diamond. Do, 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 do. Do, do. No, Luke. Luke, you did not miss anything conspiracy-wise. We did not go down that little hole there to discuss what caused the Twitch glitch. So we are currently 19 and 15. Again, about a third of the way down the standings there. But I haven't looked at this team in a long time. I really do like the pitching staff. We have the Greg Maddux. I completed that mission and got the Greg Maddux. So that is a huge, huge bonus for the Jays. On stream a few weeks ago, I pulled the perfect Warren Spahn, a wonderful number 2 card. Although on many teams, I'm not sure he'd make the rotation. But on the Jays, he's number 2. Another Cooperstown card. We have Christy Mathewson. Decent number 3. The 99, Tom Glavine, which a lot of teams are using. And our number 5 guy, the Cooperstown perfect Tom Seaver. If you missed it earlier, this Thursday, Dish is going to put out the Platinum missions for Plat 4. So I'm hoping to pull a lot of Plat 4 cards today. And there's going to be new packables. There are going to be new cards. And the theme is players who have never been in Perfect Team, which I think is going to be crazy because I don't know if there's any huge players that haven't been in perfect team, other than, Barry Bonds and, guys that they don't have the license for. So we're going to see packable cards of players that have never been in the game before. Will we see an Egyptian Healy? Will we see some of those players we looked at in our Get in the Game segment? Dish has categorically said we will never see a Tim Tebow. So unless they throw us a meme 40 level Tim Tebow limited edition card, I don't think we'll see a Tim Tebow or a Tom Brady. Because I think, didn't Tom Brady start off in baseball or have a choice between playing either football or baseball? I think Tom Brady was a prospect. He might have even been drafted. Someone will have to look that up. Cicero, my stats guy, you have to look up. Was Tom Brady ever drafted in Major League Baseball? There you go. And yeah, Perfect Team did have a Barry Bonds. I think that first season. Same with Roberto Alomar. I don't think we'll see another Roberto Alomar card. He was drafted as a catcher. Really? Tom Brady was a catcher? That probably would have been my last guess. I just can't. Well, I guess he's got the arm, right? So I guess that makes sense. I would have guessed either a pitcher or something like an infielder. Cool. So yes, I don't think we'll see a Tim Tebow. I don't think we'll see a Tom Brady. I can't even think of which players we might see. Players that OOTP has the license for, but yet haven't been in the game yet. I mean, the game's been out for 4 years now. Not sure who they would put in the game. In fact, let's, this is kind of a makeshift stream with Twitch going down 40 minutes into the broadcast. Let's go back and go back into our Get in the Game. And again, if you are new to the channel and haven't watched a lot of my streams, Get in the Game is simply where you get to create a player and pick the position, pick the skills to a certain amount, and we get to see them participate in our 1921 franchise series, our historical random era debut, which I think is kind of cool. So again, I will put that link back in the chat if you want to fill out one of those Google forms. And next Monday, we will be doing our next draft. And you will see which team from 1925 or 26 drafts your player. All right, so let me go back into the Get in the Game. And let me go here and go here. These are all the players that you guys, the viewers, have created over the course of the last 4 seasons when I started this up a couple months ago. And we've got some really cool names, some really cool players, really talented players. Overall and potential-wise, our number 1 player based on the stars is Slam Bino Jr., the Cincinnati Reds center fielder that has a Platinum Stick Award, an All-Star appearance, 2 of them, and was the 1924 most valuable player in the NL. So those are all the players that you guys created. I also am keeping track of players that we kind of have some interest in terms of their names. Thursday, will we get a Pretzels Geitzing? A German-born player that played in the game back in the late 1800s. And you pros that know every card that's been released, I can't remember this one. Pretzel Geitzen. Yeah, your guy was Slam Bino Jr. Yep, one of the best players in the game. Here's the guy I mentioned earlier, Egyptian Healy. Egyptian Healy, cool name. Again, 1800s. He played, a fairly long time, 78 wins as a pitcher, 30.4 WAR, although I'm not sure how accurate it is. We've got Dummy Hoy, who retired. I just noticed that he retired in our game. He is no longer in the game. He retired at the age of 37, and he played 5 years with Cleveland in the 1920s. Will he be in the game? And Cactus Keck, another pitcher that played 2 seasons with Cincinnati back in the early 1900s. He would be obviously an iron card if he was in the game. Very cool name. And we already have one rabbit. And you know rabbits multiply fairly quickly. Will we get a second rabbit in OOTP? Rabbit Worsler, who is in our franchise series, and he had a fairly long career, played about 10 or 11 seasons with Boston, with Philadelphia, with Chicago, and he was a shortstop. Not a very good defensive shortstop, had a minus WAR most of the time. But will we get a second rabbit in the game? And of course, we're watching Wes Covington as well, just to see if he can mash the ball like he does in bronze tournaments. So many cool players that are in the game. If I look at kind of the overall stats here, and just looking for names of players that could be released. We've had a Joe Medwick. Have we had the cigar-smoking George Burns? I don't know if we've had a George Burns yet. It's so hard to remember back 4 years ago when the game came out. Like I said, we had a player called Sugarcane in the very first season, and we haven't seen him since. Frank Fennelly, I think we might have had a card of his. So yeah, it's hard to narrow down unless we had a master list of all the players ever used in the game. Hard to kind of figure out who's missing. Because all these players I see here, I've seen cards of. This guy here, Wally Burnett. Yeah. We've had a Bob Friend. Steve Busby, sounds familiar. Bert Gallia, can't say I remember that name from Perfect Team. So it'll be fun on Thursday night. It's better than just watching for what the toppers are. Consensus in the forums is it's going to be a Satchel, or not a Satchel Paige, a Cy Young and a Willie Mays, either as the Plat 4 topper and the overall topper, or Mays as the Plat 4 topper and Young as the overall. So those are the two names that are floating around. And the OOTP community is pretty smart. They're pretty astute. So if they think those are the two cards, they just very well might be. Yeah, like I said, it's hard to remember which cards we've had before Cobra and which ones are going to be new. Especially the perfect level, like high diamond and perfect, you would think we've had all those high diamond perfect cards. You know, any player that has been a good player in Major League Baseball, a name player, you would think that we would have had them already. But there were so many players back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, the dead ball era, so many of those guys that maybe we haven't seen yet. So I'm guessing we'll get at least one perfect card, maybe two. In terms of the Jays hitting, this is what a high-level gold team looks like. Oscar Charleston, King Kelly. So funny. I don't know if you guys know the story of this card here, Ed Delahanty. Not his personal life tragic story, which, again, was extremely tragic, involving him, I believe, going over the Niagara Falls. after getting kicked out of a bar or a pub or off a train. I think it might have been off a train. But the historic, I think it was a Christmas Day or a Christmas Eve EVC stream when he pulled 5 historical perfects. And as he was pulling them and I was watching his stream, I started opening packs trying to get part of this momentum. And that's when I pulled the Ed Delahanty. So thank you to OOTP and the algorithms and EVC's luck pulling, and maybe Gorgo was around. It got me this Delahanty, and he's done okay. 264 this season, 270 last season. Fielding stats, you know, he's not superb. So he's a card that I don't know how much value he's going to have moving forward, but we're keeping him for now. Who else do we have? Bancroft. A lot of people either love him or hate him. I love him. I like Dave Bancroft. He currently has a 7.7 zone rating, and it's only Tuesday. 7.7. Look at his zone rating the last 5 seasons. 32.5 in Diamond, 35.1, 22.7, 25.9, and last year, 17.5. So in 5.5 seasons, he has a zone rating of 141.5. Yeah. Really good defensively. Batting stats, you're going to pay. His highest was 256. And currently he's hitting 229. So he's that prototypical, probably number 9 hitter in your lineup that if he does anything, great, but you have him for the defense. And he is on a 3-game hitting streak. Go Dave Bancroft. Really good defense, decent speed. He can bunt for a hit, but he's not going to get you that high average. Johnny Fury, we all are. Yes, wasn't that wonderful? Thank you again to OOTP and the development team for giving us double packs, not only on Thanksgiving, but 2 weeks over the holidays. Thank you so much for doing that. Hopefully we'll get like a Valentine's Day double pack or an Easter. Still not sure when the new game's coming out and new content comes out. End of April? Are they going to delay it again? Or are we going to see it at the end of March when we usually do? So that is the Jays lineup. I like my outfield. Delahanty, Hines, Charleston, King Kelly. Really good shortstop. And yes, I am still using a silver card. George Kell, my favorite silver card, has been on the team since 2036. So this is his 21st season on the team. He has never been demoted. He's played every year. He's played platoon. So he only hits against the left-handed pitchers. Look at his averages. You try to convince me that George Kell should not be on the team. He is currently hitting .417. He has 6 seasons hitting above 300. And his lowest average was 244. For a silver card that's played most of his career in Diamond, I would say that's pretty good. Of course, I'd love the new George Brett. Who wouldn't? I'd love to platoon George Cooperstown Brett. But I think I'd rather have George Kell over Wade Boggs. I think Brooks Robinson I would take, but he's probably still pretty expensive. So I'm happy. I'm happy with George Kell. Johnny Fury, your outfield is Charleston, Trout, Griffey, and Ted Williams. Where do you play Mickey Mantle? Well, never owning Mickey Mantle yet, I wouldn't have a clue. I don't know what his ratings are like. I like Charleston. I think Griffey would be the odd man out. A lot of teams are kind of getting away from Kim Griffey. I don't have him on this team, but I would say Griffey might be your odd man out there. Not sure who else can play center field though. And I don't know what league you're in. If you're in diamond then or higher, then it's a tough call. If you're in gold or lower, you definitely, all those guys are going to play decent. All right. Now that we've had our ad break and we are back. Yeah, absolutely, Luke. Dumping Griffey for speaker, good call. It's funny, my theme team has speaker, Rivera, and one other Cooperstown 5. Can't remember who it is. And they're only in bronze right now. They're working their way up. So they will probably surpass the Blue Jays at some point. But guys, let's do some ripping. Yes, let's see if the glitches at least reward us with some good packs. I am looking for Platinum 4 to help with missions. I am looking for any perfect card. I'll take a live one. And of course, an LE would be fantastic. Give me an LE and I'll forget about all the recent glitches. My top 3 wants right now: Josh Gibson, LE Ricky Henderson, and Jacob deGrom, maybe, would be my top 3 pack pulls. Here we go. Let's get the dogs out. Yeah, I have 2 more to go. Cubs fan Steve is on top of it. Cubs fan Steve, way to go. You are on top of it. You got the dogs going. Let's get the howling. Let's get the dogs barking. I don't want to show you guys silvers and irons and bronzes. I want to get a lot of duplicates to give you good prices on and pull some plat 4s. So let's do this. Let's open some packs. And right off the bat, we've got nothing to brag about. Of course, we do have our 3 timeouts if we do need to use them. Steve Traxel is a duplicate. Most of you probably have them already. Level 10 or last 10 is 46. I am in a giving mood today. You are getting discounts like Gorgo gives today. 33 for a plat 4. If you don't have them, you might need them for missions tomorrow. Go pick them up. Have that card shop ready to go, because my deals tend to go quick. Wildcat Bandit, thank you for sending the dogs as well. Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof. I would love that as a theme song, but I wouldn't last, as I'd get all the copyright strikes. I need a public domain copyright free version of Who Let the Dogs Out. That pack we will ignore. This pack here we will ignore as well. I might need to get a copy of Gorgo's villain demanding voice. It worked the one time. That I might have you guys have to remind me, was that the time I pulled Sam Crawford when I used the Gorgo villain voice? I think it might have been. That was so cool. It was like using that voice and then boom, Sam Crawford pops up. No diamond in 10 packs, no gold, a few live silvers. Yeah, that was one hit wonder. Baha Man? Was that who that was? Baha Man? One hit wonder. And we've got a gold. Carl Mays. Yeah, the Baha Man. Yeah. Carl Mays, I don't have yet. Part of a mission. I have 63% completed. Sorry, guys, you don't get Carl Mays. Gold number 2 to go with a build a lineup, Willie McCovey. This is the card I tend to call on Call Your Shot a lot. I tend to either call Willie McCovey, build a lineup, or live Buxton, because those are the two cards I seem to get a lot of. Haven't won that yet. Have never won Call Your Shot. All right, who do we have? We've got Brandon Woodruff. Not a duplicate. I will keep him for now. I really hope new content continues for a while, that they don't end it at the end of January. Because I want to play this game until it's taken off the servers in 2024. Yes, if you weren't aware, each perfect team stays on the servers and is playable for 2 years. They just don't produce new content when the new version comes out. And I don't think they'll give out trophies. If Axel is still in the chat, maybe he can confirm. Do the giving out of trophies to the Perfect League champions end when the new version comes out? Or are they going to continue giving out trophies, the physical trophies, until the game is off the server? Not one diamond. We've gone through 20 packs. We did get another Plat 4. I will take it. A Cincinnati Red from the 40s. Gorgo, you're going to have to enlighten us on Clyde Schoen. A reliever. There is a name I've never come across before. And yes, it was before Gorgo's time. I'm not insinuating he was around in 1942. Who let the dogs out? Woof, woof, woof. Thank you, Wildcat. Thank you, Steve. Here we are. We are about 23 packs into the opening, and we've got our first live perfect. This one is for Steve and Wildcat, who brought the dogs. They brought the mojo. Browntown? Well, I like to think it as a, I don't know what metal that would be, a mix between bronze and gold. Yes, Wildcat, that is a good emote to use. Need to screenshot that as I point at the picture. There we go. All these streamers that do their their thumbnails halfway through their stream. Mr. Audits brought the whoop whoop. And there you go, Gorgo. Add it to the bill. You know what I owe you. Just keep adding it, especially if it's a historical. All right, what do we got here, guys? DeGrom, Ellie Henderson, Ty Cobb, Josh Gibson. If I get one of those 4, I'm going to do an EVC squeal when he pulled his Satchel Paige. All right, here we go. Odds are live, and it is a live, but an award-winning live. Paul Goldschmidt, who people do need to complete the mission. So this is not a $40,000 or a $20,000 card. This is probably the best live card you could pull. 40,000 perfect points. Now I've got to check. I do have him already. I'm going to ask chat first. I'm going to give you a couple minutes. Does anyone want me to list him for 40,001? If no one wants him, then I will take the 40 grand. I wish it was 40 grand. In fact, I will list him for 40,001. I would list them lower if I could, but it'll be taken by the buy order. So I will list it for 1 point more than what someone is offering. And at the end of the stream, if it's still there, I'm going to give it to that person that wants to pay up for it. Judge is higher? We'll have to check that in the card shop later. Actually, let's do that. We have the ability. Really, Vanilla Gorilla, thanks for pointing that out there. Let's take a look at live, and we're going to sort by sell price or last 10 price. Let's go by last 10. Well, last 10 price, Goldschmidt is 40,000. Trout is 26,000. I don't see Judge because he doesn't have a sell order. So there's Judge there. Wow. He is by far the most valuable live card. Someone's willing to pay 65,000 for it. Part of 3 missions, all of which I've completed. What's the value? If I've completed all 3 missions, they must be fairly easy to complete. So he is almost twice the value of Goldschmidt. And then Justin Verlander is number 3 at 33,000. MVP, I get that, but mission-wise, like I won't argue. Three diamond packs for MVP. Oh, okay. So the missions, completing the missions are worth it. So there you go. There you go. So I've completed the Goldschmidt and the Judge. Yeah, that's right. I bought these guys before they announced the missions. I bought them for 24,000 each, I think, when the prices are really low. Yeah. I finished that early. I just haven't cashed it in yet. Good call. And then comeback players, I just need a Verlander, but that only gets you 2 standard packs, whereas the MVP gets you 3 diamond. Thanks, guys. Thanks for that education. Yeah, wish come true. This year's, let me put the chat screen on. This year's version of the game, I've learned a couple key things from previous versions. 1, go into Discord and always users speculate about missions coming up. And they are right 90% of the time. So if we know something's coming up and we get the hint about it, we get all the speculation, and you want to get those cards before the missions are announced because they're a lot cheaper usually. The second thing I learned, which I'm going to use a lot more next version of the game, is live speculation. That was fun. I only got into it the last 2 months of the season, but in Perfect Team, real life players, if they perform good on the field, their card value goes up. If they suck on the field, their card value goes down. So Vlad Guerrero Jr. could start as a gold card, and based on his performance in real life, he could go up to a diamond and go up to a perfect. So I started speculating, especially on the gold and diamond real life players, because you go from 1,000 perfect points to 4,000, or 4,000 to 20,000. You can make a lot of perfect points by speculating on cards. And there are some community members that willingly share their information, and they give you advice, and they say, go get these guys. That's why OOTP only allows you a max of 10 of any one card. Now, if you have 10, you can't buy anymore, but you can still pull them in packs. So those that were speculating on a Spencer Strider, right? What did he start at? Did he start at bronze or did he start at silver? But Spencer Strider went from whatever he started at, let's say silver, went up to gold, went up to diamond, and ended off on perfect. So if you held a lot of silver Spencer Striders and you didn't sell them off as he moved up, let's say you accumulated 50 Spencer Striders. All of a sudden, 50 times 20,000, I'm not doing the math, 1 million perfect points. So yeah, that's one thing I learned in this year's version of the game is if you want to make good perfect points, speculate. And Paul Goldschmidt just sold. So hopefully one of you guys wanted him. If you didn't, then he did sell off for 1 point over what the other guy was willing to pay. That would be cool too, is if in the card shop you had the highest buy order. Like let's say, let's see, still at 40,000. Let's say you have the highest buy order, but someone puts it up for 41,000. It'd be cool if those people got a notification that said, hey, you currently are the highest buy order. There is a card up for 1,000 more than your order. You want to go to the card shop and take it, kind of thing. That would be kind of cool. Reward those people that have the high buy orders in. So that puts me at over 100,000 perfect points. And now, just want to make sure I still have those 2 missions completed. Yep, I did have a duplicate. Good stuff. Yes, there are, Cobra. Thursday. Well, not new missions, platform missions. That's kind of a flaw too. I hear a lot of people, I don't want to say complaining because I want to be positive, but disappointed that we don't have a flow of missions this year. Because last year, the issue was silver historical cards went way up in value. Silver historicals have always been bread makers. You brought home the bacon when you had a lot of historical silvers. This year, not so much because of the mission structure. They're not as utilized as they were in the past. So again, every year we get something different, some good things, some things we don't like so much. New version coming along very soon. We'll see what they have in store for us. All right, let's get back to ripping the packs. All right, can we get a Aaron Judge to go along with our Paul Goldschmidt? That was kind of cool. Cool to know that there are still some live cards out there that hold some value. Judge, Goldschmidt, and Verlander still will get you over 30,000 perfect points. All right, we do have a diamond. Come on, diamond. Have you been listening? Have you been watching? Who did I say is one of my call your shot guys? Yes, Mr. Buxton. And there he is. Gorgo, you're here. You're here. I wouldn't doubt it. If I pull that Ellie Henderson, Gorgo, when we do get a chance to meet up in real life, I am buying you a double chocolate raspberry coffee, maybe with a little something inside. Do you like Bailey's? We'll find you some good mix to go with that coffee if I pull an Ellie Henderson. Cal Kuntz is a duplicate. And again, thank you guys so much. I want to kind of shout out Wildcat Bandit. I'll do that in a sec. Let's put this on the market. 99 is the lowest. 59 is the level 10. 44. In honor of Gorgo's prices, you get it for 44. There we go. And yeah, just a shout out quickly because of all the glitches and everything. What did I sell? Someone bought the Calcoons. You guys are paying attention. All right, who was it? Who was it? Who got the Calcoons? Because he sold way too quickly for it not to be someone watching the stream. All right, let me just give a shout out to, who do we got? Space Lion Bear was yesterday. Crappo _ Good timing. Thank you for the follow. You are follower number 496. Four more. I just need a home run, guys. 4 more bases, and I hit 500 followers. It would make me forget all about the glitch today, because right now I'm still kind of shaken with that midstream glitch, but I think I've recovered. Yeah, 4 more followers, and I get to 500. And a big thank you to Wildcat Bandit subscribing for 3 months. 3 months at tier 1. Holy smokes, you get a little Tina Turner. Wildcat Bandit, you're simply the best, better than all the rest, better than anyone I've ever met. You get the extended version. Check out Laptop Hound's Top Hits on iTunes or Google Play near you. Thank you so much, Wildcat Bandit. Thank you, Crappo _ for the sub and for the follow. Yes, Gorgo, no Tina Turner, glittering dress, or dance moves. I'll leave that for when you stream. I don't blame you, Great Scott. I don't blame you at all. Wait till you hear my Snoop Dogg version. But that's only for the tier 3 subscribers. Then they get the Snoop Dogg rap version. All right, we got another diamond. And thank you again for all the people watching the stream. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursdays when Twitch lets me at 1 p.m. Eastern. Diamond card. It's a little bit chilly. Speaking of chilly, go check out Gorgo's Food Network channel on Discord, where he has a great Cincinnati chili recipe. Delicious. I'm going to try that one day. How do you like that for a cross promotion? Chili Davis, I do not have yet. He is part of Power. Enlighten me, guys. Who's the CC5 Power guy? Is that Mickey Mantle? And it's not a duplicate. So got to keep it. All right, now we're on a roll. The dogs have been out. We've got a perfect. We've got a historical diamond. A couple low-level. Plat 4. We got a Blue Jay. You can't go wrong with a Blue Jay, but we're going to quick sell him. Gold lives are not worth any value. Whoa. This is definitely a timeout pack. Fox is CC5 Power. I do have Fox. I don't know if it's on this team or my Gladiator team. All right, chat. Why is this a timeout pack? Come on. Who's been paying attention? I'm a former teacher. There we go. Yes. 3 faceless. Usually I call a timeout when there's 2 faceless. That should be almost screenshotable there. I've never had 3 in a pack before. So let's stretch a little bit. Let's call a timeout. Where are we? We're a couple minutes away from the break. So let's go and see if I have Fox on this team. No, I don't. Got this guy, though. Hitting 283. Not bad. Not bad at all. Ty France, he was the MVP of the 2049 Wildcard Series. He is currently in tandem with Pop Lloyd as my second base. All right. Faceless, be gone. Let's go back. Golf, yeah. The only honor would be is that you get your screenshot pinned in the fire polls if you pull the lowest golf pack. But I think to get the lowest now, you need probably 4 40s and like a 42 and a 60. You need really low to get that pinned post. What an honor to have the lowest pack ever pulled. They should do that for faceless players. If you pull 4 more faceless players, OOTP should post it. We're going to go 15 tournament packs, plus 5 drops. You're up to 20 packs. Yes, Gorgo's going to have a pack palooza tomorrow at, what time is it, Gorgo? Is it 3 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday? And we've got another gold, and this gold is Tim Wakefield. He is a duplicate. He is part of CC4 War Mission. All right, this is a card you might want. Last 10 is 468. Lowest price is 355. Let's go 2850. I think that's a fair price for the Red Sox pitcher. Here we go. If you need him for CC4, he is on the card shop. And I expect a notification very quickly that he has been sold. Let's see. Let's just see if it pops up in the next 5 seconds. Congratulations. Your Tim Wakefield has sold for 2,452 points. Oops. I meant to open another pack from within the game. All right. Yes, I am crazy today. Crazy because of that glitch. I am all over the place. I apologize, and I thank you guys, all 200 of you, for being here. We've got a gold card, Alex Cobb, who is on the team for 5 seconds, and Jocko Milligan, who is a duplicate. I use him on my bronze quick tournaments. He is a first baseman and a catcher. He is a really good card for me, and he is going to be sold for 33. If you need Platinum Jocko or you want to speculate on him, feel free. You'll sell him for more than 33 on Thursday. He'll probably be part of a mission. I should have kept him, but you know what? I want to give back to you guys. Unless this is a Ricky Henderson. Then I'm not going to give it back. All right, we have a diamond, a number 3 diamond. We have a live Buxton, and we had the Chili Davis. This is going to break the tie. Live or historical, it is a... This is what Dish pulled on Sunday. Yeah, he pulled the Bryce Harper. And I will keep that because he is part of 3 missions. Next up. Nothing much. At least give me a Blue Jay. If you're going to disappoint me, give me a Blue Jay. Do we got another Matt Chapman? We have a Michael Brantley. Okay. Nothing of use for the team yet. No card that I can insert in the lineup. LiQWYD is not a duplicate. I did see him live in Edmonton, Alberta, when he played for the Edmonton Trappers. All you AAA baseball fans, you'll remember when Edmonton had a AAA team. And as part of the Twins organization, he won 2 championships with the Edmonton Trappers before he got called up to the big leagues. LiQWYD, the first baseman, Justin, help me out, chat, Justin Morneau, a couple pitchers. Yeah, they've had some really good players come through Edmonton. And Edmonton always started on the road for the first month and a half because it was too cold here and there was still snow on the ground many years. So they never really played their home opener until about the middle of May. So we got a lot of home games late in the season. Floyd Robinson. And again, I apologize for streaming throughout the breaks. Twitch has been kind of glitched up, and even my break screen has been on and off all day. So bonus coverage for the subscribers. And remember, if you have a Prime membership, if you watch Prime TV with Amazon, you get 1 free subscription to a streamer of your choice every month. 2 gold. The historical is going to be at the top. Future legend. And I was wrong. Our first historical silver. It is not a duplicate, though. I need to keep this for my dead ball silver batters. All right. Gorgo, can you do a favor for me if you're still around and let me know if anyone is streaming in the next half hour? If Nersha Banko is streaming. All right, we have the muscle shirt short wearing Steve giving me the dogs again. I hope your family's not in listening range there, Steve. We need to call timeout number 2. Just like James Paxton career, we are falling in this pack pulling. So we are going to use our second timeout to play my favorite game, Gouge or Not Gouge. We are going to put the value at 444,444. And we're going to look at all cards, and we've got about 7. Martin Perez, we did last stream. Cobra gave me the gouge because his last 10 is 52,000, and there's still 2 people wanting over 500K. We won't give them any more time. I apologize if it's you. Bobby Matthews. Yes, I'm going to get on top of that there, Cobra. Bobby Matthews. Level 10 is 232. Someone selling for 488. Well, we know the 950 is a gouge, but what about that first one, 488? Little high, I think. I'm going to give that a gouge light. The gouge light. I think still in that gouge territory. Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth, thank you, seller, for a fair price on Mr. Babe Ruth, who you cannot pull in packs anymore. You need to buy him on the card shop. And if you have this to spare and you're not using the better first baseman or right fielders or DHs, you might want to get yourself a Babe Ruth, that is. Yeah, I wish I was a little more tech literate to do all that. If any of you ever want to send me in Discord a gouge emote that fits the specs for Twitch, I would gladly use it. All right, here is an interesting one. Randy Johnson. Randy Johnson, gouge or not gouge? What do you think, guys? Up for 555. Level 10 is 480. Johnny Fury's going hard for that Platinum 4 topper. The problem is, Johnny Fury, if someone has completed all Platinum, they're going to get the topper. Are they really going to sell it for under $1 million? Because they probably spent more than that getting it. Unless it's a bad card, which I doubt. I agree. This is a not gouge light, right? It's close, but I don't think it's gouging. It's the only one listed. It's close to last 10, and Randy Johnson is a dominant pitcher in the game. Mike Schmidt. One of you guys pulled Mike Schmidt, didn't you? Was that Steve or was that Cobra? Who pulled the Mike Schmidt one day? Easy one. Thank you, Mike Schmidt seller. You are selling it for exactly level 10 or last 10. I always call it level 10. Thank you for a fair price. Now you just need to meet up with the 3 big buyers and come up with something in the middle. 650. At one time, Mike Schmidt was over $1 million. So yes, he has dropped in value. Which is interesting. Is there a third baseman that came out after that is comparable? Because for me, it's Mike Schmidt, Brooks Robinson, and then no one really else after that. Oh, well, we'll talk about a good memory then. Both you guys, Cubs fan and Cobra, both you guys pulled the Mike Schmidt. And did you keep him or did you sell him? So Cubs fan, you sold him for $850. Yep. You sold him at the right time. That's like I talked about on Monday, if you guys weren't here. When I pulled this guy on my theme team, and I was, back and forth, sell, keep, sell, keep, sell, keep. And I decided finally to keep him up on the card shop. The last 10 was about 680,000, and I listed him for 725. And right now, he is going for 390. So within a matter of a week and a half, Sam Crawford went from 725 to 390. That's what? That's a 330,000 difference. He's almost dropped in half. So I sold him at the right time. And that allowed me to buy Mr. Clemens. I wonder if there's only 25 of them. And Mr. Audit has one and I have one. This one right here. I basically traded in Sam Crawford for Clemens and a few other pieces. Basically Tris Speaker, because it allowed me to finish the Tris Speaker mission. So Sam Crawford for Clemens, Cleon Jones, and Tris Speaker. Plus a few minor pieces. So Clemens right now, none of them are on the market. Like I said, there are only 25 of them because it's a limited card. So I think that was a wise decision. It obviously was, because Crawford's value, I could almost buy 2 of them now. So yeah, timing was great. If I waited much longer, I never would have got that. I probably got him sold for 725 on the last day that it would have sold for that, because the Immortal set came out a day or 2 later and his value started to crash with the Immortal set. Took you about 10 minutes to sell Schmidt, and Cobra, you've kept him. it makes sense for Steve, because if it didn't fit on your theme team, or even if he did, like Sam Crawford, you could get so many pieces for your Mike Schmidt. All right, so let's finish off that card shop. Gouge or not gouge. Don't want to leave anyone left behind. All right, so we left off on Mike Schmidt. Frank Thomas. Yeah, this is a card, isn't it? Have any of you guys pulled a Frank Thomas yet? This card, the peak one? I hear he plays really good. Look at all the buyers. Look at this. 4 legit bids. 718 is the last 10. Not gouge. Big time. Not gouge. I don't think we're going to see his value drop too much. He probably will be an emission in the future. And he is a great, great, great card. Like, he's going to start on any of your teams as your DH or first baseman. So yeah, that is a not gouge. If I had 700K kicking around, I'd probably consider getting him. It's the only one on the market. Ohtani is another card that's come down a fair bit. I believe it started at over $1 million. It was the Topps Bunt topper. So you had to spend a lot to get this card. But since then, a lot of pitchers have come out that kind of have pushed him down the rotation. I don't think he's the best card in the game right now, unless you're playing cap tournaments. Then he probably is. 763, right on level 10, last 10. 2 sellers, not gouge. This is a card that was extremely tough to get, and these 2 sellers are not gouging the market. Very fair prices. And finally, Josh Gibson. This is an interesting conversation. The price based on last 10 is not gouge. It's definitely not a gouge price. But here's the question, guys. Chat. Is Josh Gibson that big of an upgrade at catcher for you to pay close to $1 million perfect points? Is he worth that? Will there be any other catcher that comes out comparable that you can wait for? Interesting. This is probably the toughest card for me to give an opinion on. Is that a nope, not worth it, Steve? Or is that a nope, no other catchers will come out? Not worth that much. Okay. If you magically had 1 million perfect points in your account right now, would you pick up this Josh Gibson card? To me, I'd probably rather buy 1,000 packs. You could buy 1,000 packs, right? Is that what 1 million perfect points is? 100 is 1,000. Yeah, but you could buy 1,000 packs and you might pull them plus more. That's what I wonder. Is he really? I mean, he is an upgrade for sure. His catcher ability is a little bit low. There are many catchers that are over 87, but hitting wise, he should be an upgrade. I wonder if anyone in my league has him. If any of you guys have the game open, take a peek if anyone in your league has Josh Gibson playing, and just kind of give us his stats line. How is he doing after a couple days? Mr. Audit. Great person to ask then. Right, you pulled the Josh Gibson. Yes, Mr. Audit. When I was on stream, I was saying I want these 3 cards, and he said, don't you want a Josh Gibson? And then a minute later, he pulls them. Synchronicity. So, Mr. Audit, we're having this discussion here. Is he worth, in your opinion, is he worth close to 1 million perfect points? Because that's what, there's only one on the market right now, and that's what he's selling for, $950. Maybe that's yours. in which case I won't say gouge. No, it is fair because someone did buy him for close to $1 million. Waiting for the peak Engelberg with the Kelly Leak topper. Yeah, yeah. The Pat Tabler, Pat Borders. You know, put those two catchers together, Tabler and Borders. They're worth $1 million. So right now, based on the market, yeah, he's probably, I would think 800,000 would be kind of where I would put him at. But of course, if someone's willing to pay that 950, then he's worth that. That's how the marketplace works. Mr. Audits is doing a lot better than the other one in our Diamond League. Good. I'm glad you pulled a good Josh Gibson there. And Monterre Don says in his Diamond League, OPS of 537. And yeah, I don't think we'd argue that he definitely is the best hitting catcher. Defense, though, he is going to cost you a little bit. But he's multi-positional too, right? In a pinch, he could come and play a different position. So yeah, I would evaluate him at 800K, between 800 and 850. At this present time in the game, that's where I'd put him in terms of his value. That's what I would, if I had the points, be willing to pay. Oh, good question. Yeah. I wanted to address this because in some of my streams, some of you have brought this up. For some reason, my streams are showing as reruns. And is it showing as rerun or restream? That word is really important. Rerun or restream. Because they are live and you do get drops. Yes, you do get drops. And they are not reruns. They are live. Okay, so all of you are saying rerun, which is really weird because ads still play. You still get your drops. It's showing me as being live. I don't get any kind of rerun. But the third-party program I use is called Restream. And so maybe when I use a third-party program through Twitch and the program's name is Restream, maybe that's how somehow it calls it a rerun. I don't know. Who knows? But you guys are getting drops. I'm still able to show ads. Unfortunately, some people come to the stream and think, oh, this is old. I'm not going to watch it. Nope. It is live. Right? It is live. All right. So that is the Josh Gibson debate. I say 800 to 850 is what he's worth, or at least that's what I would pay. Question is he worth more than Mike Schmidt? I think at this point, debatable, depending on your position needs. But I would probably say yes, because you could use a Brooks Robinson, whereas hitting catchers are very tough to get. And good. See, you manifested that. Are we getting drops? And yes, you did, Mr. Assassin. All right, let's go one more round of some pack openings. We've got one perfect so far. It was a live Goldschmidt, who I sold for 40,000 perfect points. We got a Chili Davis historical diamond. And hey, I pulled the Jerry Royce, but not the good one. Eric Bedard. So 2 back-to-back silvers. No Dave Kingmans. No Wes Covingtons. No Jody Reeds. And I will have back on my stream, hopefully before the end of the month, we will have Hulka Matt back to open another 500 packs, and we'll run a contest with that again. And Cobra will be back for an update on quick bronze tournaments. I'm hoping to have him either late next week or the week after that. So yes, both of those special guests will be back. And if you want to come on the show and contribute your knowledge or play of the game, or even just participate in a historical replay game, like I did with Eric with the 79 Pirates, yeah, just get a hold of me. I love when the community is part of the streams. Well, we are in a little bit of a lull here. So that is going to be possibly a time to head on over to our gladiators and talk about them a bit. Because I am going to raid into Nersha. I think he's coming on at 2 o'clock, so in about 15 minutes. But thanks again, guys, for tuning in, all 200 of you. Again, hope you're enjoying the content. Hope you're enjoying a little bit of positivity in the world today as we open up our 4th diamond. 2 live, 1 historical, and this one is not wanting to open. Historical number 2. Fred, a very popular card early on in the game. I think this might have been a drop, a card that was right from April when the game dropped. Thanks, Gorgo. Keep me updated if you see him come on. Part of 2 missions, Power for CC4 and Joe Morgan. But I do not have him, so I've got to keep him. Ooh, almost had 3 faceless again, just 2 there. All right, well, nothing really exciting where I had to jump out of my chair on that team. So we're going to go over and spend about 10 minutes on the gladiators. And Mr. Audit, you might want to cover your ears or go on mute for the next couple minutes. Mr. Audit, if you are here, did you get your 10 packs from the win yesterday? I did send the information out. I don't know if they've been given away yet. Usually I get a notification. But did you notice a nice 10-pack bonus? Yeah, maybe just check your transaction if you've got any in the last 24 hours. If not, I'll put another word in the ear of our great development team that distributes the prizes. While Mr. Audit is doing that, someone asked earlier in the chat, how did my gladiators do on Sunday? Very well. Very well. They won their division. They came up against Mr. Audit's Red Sox, and after being down 2-1, they made it a thrilling 5-game. It was a best of 5, and we went 5 games. We beat the Red Sox. We went on and beat Bry Dave's team in the semifinals, and then we lost to a very stacked, good team. I think it's GKC, CKG, something like that. We lost in game 6. So we were 2 games away from going back up to perfect. And we are up against the Balking Dead. The Balking Dead run by our own Mr. Audit. So what I like to do when I come across followers that I've just played a game against, and I love when I'm in leagues with Gorgo, here we are. Let's look at the highlights in our last kind of little segment here between my team and Mr. Audit's main team. I think it's his main team, the Balking Dead. All right, we're going to go to runners in scoring position. Top of the first, the Gladiators. 2 men on, 2 away for Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron drives the ball over the right fielder's head. That hits the wall. That's going to score 2 runs. And Hank Aaron into second base. Mr. Reliable. Still in the top of the first, we have Aaron on second, Brooks Robinson at the plate. He also has Brooks Robinson. He drives the ball. That's going to drop in front of the center fielder. And Hank Aaron chugs around third base. He is safe. A 3-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the third. 5-2 game now. Honus Wagner at the plate up against Tom Glavine. Tom Glavine was the thorn in the side during the playoffs for Mr. Audit. He won game 5 and he won game 1. And now they face off again. Wagner drives the ball. It gets by the shortstop, and that is going to put the tying run at the plate. Jimmy Fox, who's been known to hit the odd home run, up against Glavine. Here's the pitch. Fox drives one, but that is a routine play for the left fielder. 1 away, Clemente at the plate. He drives the ball. That is gone. The fans at Mr. Audit's graveyard are on their feet as the game is tied up 5-5, even the hits 6-7. And he's still batting. Brooks Robinson at the plate, King Kelly on first base. Here's the pitch, and that gets by a usually reliable Glasscock. And he has runners on first and second. Speaking of Glasscock, that was not predetermined. He is at the plate, 1 away. We need a double play. What do we got? You ask for it? Oh, come on. Don't let your doppelganger get on base. One Glasscock lets the other Glasscock reach base. That's way too many times I've said Glasscock. Trespiker at the plate, runners on first and third. Here's the pitch, and Mr. Audit is going to take the lead. The balking dead with 4 runs in the bottom of the third. Yeah, I thought you'd find that funny, Johnny Ferry. When you have a name like that, it's hard not to get your mind in the gutter. All right, Willie Wells at the plate, Brooks Robinson on first, Joe DiMaggio on second. Can we tie the game up, or is Adam Wainwright gonna? No, he's not gonna stop us. Oh, come on. You got wheels, DiMaggio. You should have come home on that. All right, loaded bases. My Glasscock is at the plate. Can he repay the favor and squeeze past Audits? Jack. Let's see. Oh, this one is hit into left field. That is going to drop. Coming around is DiMaggio, and Robinson heads for home. He is safe, and we've got a tennis match, not a baseball game. It is now 7-6 for the Gladiators. Jimmy Fox at the plate. He pounds one to left center field. Good night. It is 8-6. The Gladiators are up 8-6 on that 404-foot homer, and I'm telling you, that's an appropriate distance. 404, with all the glitches and computer issues today, you can't make this up. 404 feet. Next up, we have the bottom of the 6th. Honus at the plate, Ted Williams on first, Christy Mathewson on the mound. Tying run at the plate for Honus Wagner. He pounds one into right field. Runner's going to hold up. No, he is testing the arm of the right fielder, and he is safe at third. Runners on the corners, Oscar Charleston, always a threat up against Tom Seaver, who is now in the game. And down he goes. Seaver takes care of Charleston. Thank you, Mr. Audit, for tiring out my pen. Jerry Royce on the mound. Heilman, who I picked up last week, at the plate. Kelly on first. Glasscock on second. Here comes the pitch. And that is deep, deep, deep and gone. Heilman, a 3-run blast. Not only a 3-run blast, but it went 339 yards. That's a lot of threes. And just like that, it is an 11-6 game. Bottom of 9. The Cooperstown George Brett at the plate. Kelly on second. Brooks Robinson on first. Halliday looking to close it out. Deep. That goes to left center field. And this game is not over yet. That's going to go to the wall. Driving in 2 runs over to third with a triple goes Mr. Brett. Uh-oh, you're making me nervous here, Mr. Audit. 11-8. Runners on the corners. And who is up at the plate? The one, Mr. Ted Williams, the good version. Here we go. Roy Halladay on the mound. That is driven into center field. That is going to fall. The runner from third comes around to score. And we've got runners. LaJoie on second. Williams on first. Honus Wagner, not really known for his power. 85 power up against my closer, Dennis Eckersley. Wow. What a game. Here we go. Do we have a walk-off? Driven deep into center field. That is going to fall. Runners hold up, and we have the bases loaded. The Graveyard fans are on their feet. Well, they don't really yell and scream. They don't cheer. They kind of like moan. It's the Walking Dead. Like, yeah, that's the fans at the Graveyard. So it's kind of quiet. Charleston at the plate, bases loaded. Dennis Eckersley at the plate, or Dennis Eckersley on the mound. Now I am really nervous. A base hit will likely tie the game. Here comes the pitch. That is, and an easy play for the shortstop, Bancroft. That's one reason I have him, for his Gold Glove hands. And the Rocky Mountain Gladiators take the game from the Walking Dead. That was fun. That was fun. Thank you, Gorgo. I will, sometimes Nersha starts a couple minutes later. So I'm going to hold on for maybe 5 more minutes. And then I'll either go to one of those other streamers or we'll call it a day. This choppy day. So, Mr. Audit, thank you for that matchup there. We just played another game, but I'm not going to call that one. I won't spoil it for you. We will let you check in on that one a little bit later. So Gladiators have 725 packs that they've accumulated over the last long while. Let's open up some of those. Come on, dogs. Come on, Steve. You're slipping a little bit. Where are the dogs? Mike Paul, who I have not pulled on the main team before. He's been around for a while because he's part of the name game. So we will keep him. All right, we got some dogs. We got 3 of them. Dustin Pedroia. If you are looking to spec on Dustin Pedroia, he is on the card shop. 44 points. Next up, we have Brian Reynolds. I know a lot of teams are looking to make a deal for Brian Reynolds, I think. I don't think he's been traded by the Pirates yet. part of 2 missions, but I don't have them yet, so got to keep them. Couple faceless players there. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday, January the 3rd. This is not a rerun. We are live for the second time today after the big Twitch glitch, which put us in the ditch for about a half hour. Frank Miller is a duplicate. Gold historical Frank Miller, part of the CC2 extra base hit missions and the dead ball gold missions. He is selling for $6,000 in the buy orders. You get him for $2,280. $2,280 if you need yourself a Frank Miller, part of a couple missions. He is on the card shop. And our first diamond on the Gladiators. Will it be another Buxton, or will it be a CC or Platinum 4? Well, being a good Canadian, I'm used to a lot of Biebers. Yes, a lot of Biebers up in Canada. Part of 3 missions. He is not a duplicate, so he will be sticking around. Those Plat 4s are hard to pull today. Have not been able to get a diamond or higher. Hal Newhouser, where are you? Bobby Matthews, come on down. Mike Schmidt, feel free to drop in. Rod Darling is another one. Might be part of the missions on Thursday. He's really cheap. I will put him for $33 for your probably pretty good cap level Plat 4. All right, thank you, Gorgo. Thank you. So let's open 9 more packs. I feel a high level card coming on. Don't want to quite quit this pack pulling yet. Let's go for a few more quickly. Let's end off with a diamond. No, that's the wrong color. Let's end off with a diamond. Close enough. We have Zach. 4 more packs. The countdown has begun. Rube Foster is a duplicate. He quickly goes up. 311 is the last 10. I'm not going to gouge you. I'm going to put him up for 250. Rube Foster, Negro League 1 pitcher, 250. 3 packs to go. 2 more. And we are finishing off with Ty Cobb? Yeah, no, I think that was a pretty big demand. All right, so that ends the pack pulling for the Gladiators. We didn't check where they are right now. They are 24-14 in a very competitive division. We are 3rd with a 24-14 record. Wow, that is that's going to be tough getting into the playoffs with teams like that. All right, I'm just going to switch screens here. Let me go back and end that. Whoa. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in and watching my chaotic double streams today. It was an adventure, to say the least. But hey, I got to play a game versus Mr. Audit, which is always fun. And at least I got to come back on and talk gouge or not gouge with you guys for a while. We will be back on Thursday. So if you are following, if you are subscribing, if you're watching for the first time, thank you. Thank you so much. It means so much to be here with you guys. it is a great day for baseball. Great day for baseball. And be kind to yourself and someone else this week. They need your support. And if they reach out to you, hopefully you can give them some support that they need. Thank you, guys.